Right, I'd like to talk to you today about 3D analysis and how I can use this pretty awesome piece of gadgetry to improve your golf game and improve your technique. Now, one of the concerns I've had from people, from a couple of people, about this is just wondering, is this really applicable to people at sort of who are just starting off, who are at the sort of the higher end of the handicap scale, or is this only for better players who are trying to make those very small incremental improvements to their golf game? My answer to that is for anybody, because we can use this in as simple a way as we like. We can work on just things like posture and alignment, if that's all we want to work on, and just get those really improved. So that being said, we need to understand the system. Now, there are 4 sensors. There's one for the pelvis, there's one for the upper body, the torso, there's one for the left arm, and there's one for the left hand. Now, the reason why I've chosen those 4 particular body parts is that we know that when people start their downswing, there's a certain order, a certain sequence they tend to make these movements in. So with better golfers, they would tend to initiate the downswing with the pelvis turning, followed by the torso turning, followed by the left arm coming down, followed by the hands, and then finally the club head. So we call that the kinematic sequence. It's that sequence of body movements and body parts, and it is absolutely vital if you're looking to improve your golf game and have an efficient and powerful golf swing as you can possibly can. Now, today I want to show you just a really simple way that I've been using this with people to improve posture. So I've got my 4 sensors that I've put on. I'm going to walk over to the machine. We need to do a calibration before we start. So calibration is really easy. I click on the calibrate, stand on the mat like so.
3, 2, 1. Calibration.
Cool. So that is just the machine getting an idea for what my posture is, just an everyday standing, and my alignment. So the way I've got this lined up is I'm going in the same direction as the edge of the mat. So it needs to know where I'm lined up in the first place to get accurate results. Now, this really gets quite cool. So if I'm going to work on my posture, I can see the screen down here. Now, it's got my avatar in the middle, and it's got 2 sticks. So it's got one here, which is attached to my pelvis, and it's got another one just above it, which is attached to my torso, my upper body. Now, my goal is to try and get my pelvis stick into this zone up here, and my torso into the other zone. So it's pelvis and torso. Now, if you're wondering how it decides what are the ideal sort of parameters for posture, the way they've done this is they've got K-Motion, who are the company who run this 3D system. They've got a huge database, thanks to TPI, Titleist Performance Institute, with PGA Tour, LPGA Tour, and elite amateur data. So posture, backswing, impact, everything about their golf swings. And what they've done is they've looked at the median range of all those players, and they've said, well, if someone can get into that sort of that middle zone, you don't have to be perfect, just that middle zone, you're probably going to be in a pretty good position. So, if we're looking at this, my job as the player is to set up. So if I'm standing up nice and straight, I need to lean forwards. When I hear music, that means I'm in the correct position. So I go into my posture. So that is my ideal PGA Tour posture. I then want to train it. So I want to come out of my position. I'm then going to go in, and I need to hear music again. So I've got the music, so I know I'm in a good position. Then I'm going to come out. And I'm going to do this probably 7 or 8 times just to get a feel for it, get an idea of what it needs to feel like to get into that great posture. And then I start hitting some golf shots. So it's termed biofeedback, this. Biofeedback is basically when you get some feedback, and in K-Motion's case, it's auditory feedback, so you get the sound, and it just tells you when your body's in the correct position. So it's a really cool way of learning. So I stand up, I move into the ball, I'm looking, and I'm listening. So now I know I've got my ideal posture, and I'm ready to make my golf swing. So it's pretty cool, eh? We do the posture stuff, we do the alignment stuff, and then once we've got that setup sorted out, we can then go through and do the backswing motion and the downswing motion.